What is up, guys? It's CJ here, and we have a special guest. Today we have DXR. Say what up, DXR. We are looking at, DXR actually pointed out this range here on the Samurai JP225, and we're going to back test it. So if you would come into the market right now, we have, disregard all this. This is what we got. We got JP225 at all-time high. So this was back when we were not looking at JP225. Again, disregard this. We'll actually get rid of it. We'll just hide it. There we go. So if you were coming into the market, the date is October 1st, 2025. You had a double bottom here that pumped price, and now you're seeing JP225 at all-time high. I think there is, if you're a TCT trader, looking at these indices and looking at metals at all-time high is just such a great spot to look for distribution models. We saw that on silver, and obviously we weren't really checking this chart back in the day, but we're going to back test it like we were. So you had a PSY here that's visible, and then you come up, take that high again. And then, so if we were just watching this range, we'd be pulling our range from high to low. And we are going to play it out here. Looks like some sort of accumulation at the bottom for sure here. It's a little uglier because it does deviate that high. And then maybe you were looking at it like a Model 2 though, where you take extreme liquidity right here, fixing that UNF, and then getting that reversal up. So at this time, you could probably have your alert set for range high, and we're going to play out price a little faster here, actually. All right, and there you take that high. So your alert would have came off. Now you could set an alert for this range high because you have kind of equal highs at the top here. Definitely not a situation where you're looking to trade that, but now you have initial range starting point and you have deviation 1. RTZ for is looking pretty good. We have maybe something right here. It's not too clear though. You have an order block, but it doesn't look like you have. Oh, you do maybe have some structure demand. So we're definitely gonna put that on the chart just because we would be thinking about it in the moment. So you do have this demand here. It is lower in the range, and you could probably be de-risked before you got here. So I'm putting it on because we want to simulate this as we be taking it, and we also just want to observe JP225. And if the general return to zone is good, I guess maybe it's not caring too much about this. We could maybe check the, let's see, we could maybe check the volume profile. You always have to use a different chart though than forex.com. Doesn't look like we can pull it anyways on this one. Can we go FP market? If this one doesn't work, we're just going to chalk it. We're just going straight chartist, I guess. No volume. Okay. So we're back here on JP. Going to keep playing out price now. So we're looking for either Model 1s or Model 2s. Is there a POI for a Model 2? Like we said, not really liking this high. There is a small extreme supply, but it's not even the main high. And your structure supply is also mitigated. So kind of would be anticipating a Model 1 in this case. Going to play out price here. And there you take a high again during London. Let's see if it gave any sort of nice entry options. So this is a tricky one. So we got to remember that we're at all-time highs. So super good context. Looks like it gives an entry during London. Was there a way that we could have got in this? Because I think it was very, very sketchy here. UNF on this chart too, and you don't even fix it. Yeah, wow. I don't even know if we're gonna post this because this is just some very, very sketchy price action. But technically, what was that? Yeah, I think so. So you actually have this model right here at all-time high. It's very interesting to observe just because this UNF is kind of pretty ugly. I would like to check that on some other time frames, what that wick looks like. Okay, so on the 5 minute, it's kind of clean, but it's very hard in the moment. This is on a Thursday, and the entry even comes in the after hours. Between London and New York, so technically still kind of London, but you get the breakage structure right here. We're just really observing this. I don't know if I would have taken this, but I want it in my repertoire in case we see something like this again. So what it used was extreme liquidity, keeping that London high intact. Maybe it doesn't take that high because it is after hours, and this is like the London high. I'm really not too sure. The entry, though, from a technical standpoint, would come right here, stop above the high. And so this is a case where you're playing a local model for a higher time frame target. So this was your local model. And then you could be de-risked at this demand. I'd probably take a small take profit to de-risk at this high, or at this demand, and then you obviously be targeting lower. The only reason to take this is because we're in all-time high territory, and we're getting double distributive price action. You know, we have a distributive range, and then we have this local model that actually looks pretty clean on the 5 minute. And your confirmation when you're checking your shoulder, like what do you have backing you up? Well, you have this as your extreme supply. So it does look good. It does look good there. The forex.com chart, I don't know if some other charts maybe didn't have the UNF there or whatnot, but that would be your entry. You're playing this local model, and let's zoom out on our model now. So on the higher time frame, we have a close tap 1 and 2, but that close tap 1 and 2 is also a model. It's also a model. So very interesting how JP is stacking models like that. And so this is your trade that you're taking. I don't normally like to take close tap like model ones that are close tap 2 and 3. I tend to stay away from that, but I'm noticing that when at all-time high with these non-crypto charts, they do like to do it. We just saw this on another new all-time high on silver. You know what, for the video, maybe we could show it quickly. We could show silver here for the video. This right here. We're looking for a bigger model now here on silver if you take this high, but here on silver, we have the exact same thing. We have like a close tap 2 and 3, and this is at all-time high. So it is very similar, and you can see how you really get the sell-off here. So back to JP225, we have the same thing. We have a clear PSY, clear BC, buying climax, getting this range. You had a local model right here that was a little sketchier with that UNF on the lower time frame, and then so we're gonna see how this plays out. But now we're at all-time high. We have this expansion up, and this would, I'm gonna pause it right here. Yes, you want to take profits, probably take a profit here, or at least just to de-risk. But at this point in time, yeah, and see this demand is doing nothing, and demand failure right there. So once this demand is failing, I'd be targeting this low, but I also would be targeting this demand right here, because it would really up your RR. Like definitely having like TP3 or TP2 depending on where you took profits right here. So when you do zoom out though, like your model is pretty clean. Your model is pretty clean, and this move up, I don't know what was going on there, but it's clearly just manipulation, and then you really start to see a sell off. You hit your technical target there, and then just as fast as you come up, you come right down, and you would have hit that TP, that demand that you were targeting right there. And this is an extremely high RR trade. So if you were uncomfortable entering there, I think the market maker, like the more I study, the more I see like times where they want to make you uncomfortable. Like you have to earn this trade by like having the balls to enter there on that model. So it's something to see, and then you're even getting follow through beyond. But here we had JP225 at all-time high, so I wanted to make this video showcasing how it behaved at all-time high, because I'm sure we'll see JP225 at all-time high again, and we'll see what model it presents. This was This was a very interesting one and a bit of a sketchy one, even at that. But it does look now very similar to silver that just happened at all-time high as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here on JP225. I've been CJ. DXR was a special guest. Maybe say something to the camera, DXR. 100%. That's where we're doing it. I was looking for the samurai emoji. I don't know if we're gonna find it. Can't search it up, but yeah, I've been CJ, and we will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.